Union Minister, Mr. Prahlad Joshi, who has taken time out from his busy schedule. Not only does he belong to my home state, but is one of the most respected ministers, apart from a real political strategist. We saw that in operation whenever an election is there, and we have the pleasure. But now he's the Minister for New and Non-Renewable, renewable energy, not... that is another ministry, for renewable energy. And certainly it's a very tough task ahead for that. There have been tremendous amount of progress that has happened in the last decade or so. But just to give you a little overview of it, if there are 476 gigawatts, roughly thermal is about 50%, and a lot of you all are experts here, so you know that. And that's about 219 gigawatts of coal. That's so almost 49 to 50% still come from at the moment, from fossil fuels. But we are seeing a big change that's happened in the last decade or so. As I was mentioning, we have seen solar surge from just 2.8 gigawatts in 2014 to nearly 111 gigawatts now. Wind has crossed 51 gigawatts. Large hydro stands at 48 gigawatts. Bioenergy, 12 gigawatts. And nuclear, we just had a big session at 8.8 gigawatts. So that tells you a tremendous story that we've been able to meet our targets when it comes to 50% on non-fossil fuels that's there. But I think one of the big problems that we need to discuss is the fact that a lot of these, when we look at electricity, still only 22 to 23% of that comes from, non-fossil fuels. You're still highly dependent on fossil fuels to generate electricity. And therefore, let's start with that discussion. As what do you see as, in terms of the challenges that you all are facing? Both, you gave a great emphasis on solar energy and rooftop solar energy. Where do you see bridging that gap to ensure that we are able to meet the targets up to 2070 that we want to do, 2030, of course, the immediate target?
See, one is, as of now, today, total installed capacity, it is 500.
Right.
That is whatever you quoted, that is the figure, I think, previous figure, 4 or 5 months back figure, that is now 500. Out of that, nearly about 257 gigawatt is from the renewable energy, and nearly about 26% through renewable energy, where total, whatever the generation is happening, out of that, whatever is fed to the electricity, exact power, it is 26%, nearly about 74% is through fossil sources.
Right.
Having agreed that, but the way in which we are going, almost 247 gigawatt, now bid has been, either it is in implementation stage or bid have been called, and smoothly it is going on. And as far as price is also concerned, I'm quite confident, because as far as daytime energy is concerned, if you purely go on solar, it is 2 rupees 20 paisa, 2 rupees 30 paisa, 2 rupees 40 paisa per unit. And when it comes to the stability and regular supply, means after solar hour supply, hybrid mode, including battery storage, it is coming up to, recently with battery storage in Madhya Pradesh, it has come to around 2 rupees 70 paisa. So naturally, when the cost matters, people are, investment will also come. And also I'm quite hopeful that this is going to happen. The major problem what you discussed is, more than anything else, is one is right of way.
Right.
Second one is land. We are discussing with the states, particularly with the chief ministers and our officials, including secretary. They go and meet chief secretaries. They will have meeting regularly. And whatever the issues are coming up, we are resolving it on priority basis. And I am very, very confident that things are really doing well. And manufacturing capacity in India has also surged, as far as our manufacturing, as far as module, wafer, ingot, all those concerned. So I am quite confident about it.
Anilesh?
Sir, as you have started talking about the manufacturing, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman in her budget speech talked about National Mission for Manufacturing, and she emphasized that there is a special emphasis on clean tech manufacturing. So that gave a lot of confidence to Indian manufacturers that India will be dishing out a roadmap, and by Independence Day we have already seen one draft coming out. So when can we expect the real policy to come forth? And what sort of game changers you are bringing into that blueprint?
No, one is, as last budget, when Honorable Finance Minister has announced, that is under consultation now. And consultation, India is a very huge country, having so much of population, so much of states, various political parties. The consultation is on. At the same time, our manufacturing thrust, it is already there. As far as if you look at it, module manufacturing, we have already crossed nearly about 123 gigawatt. As on date, our module manufacturing capacity is 123 gigawatt. And cell as such, it is 27 gigawatt, which was almost 10 years, 11 years back. it तो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना के बराबर, ये ना के बराबर था. Today, because of PLI, today because of the overall support from the Government of India, whether it is through PLI or through the policy, structural policy reforms, overall 123 gigawatt of the module manufacturing, 27 gigawatt of cell, and last year I had announced about the ALMM policy regarding the cells, which and that is going on well now. And before 2028, we are trajectories announced about the ALMM, about the ingot and wafer. So I am, whatever the policy that is being announced for the manufacturing, that is being well carried out, and at the same time consultation in the public domain, it is on now.
Sir, if
can I just add to this one? Talking about the non-fossil fuel target that we have set, 500 gigawatts by 2030. Current capacity, as we discussed, is about 250 gigawatts. So if we take the next, you're looking at an average about 550 gigawatts capacity that you have to add every year starting from now to meet that target that's there. Given that the current thing is about 20 to 30 gigawatts per year, and if you look at some of the problems, grid constraints, storage delays, land bottlenecks, worsening transmission congestion, how are you planning to overcome these so that you are able to meet that target that you have set?
No, if I can tell you, Green Energy Corridor, which phase 1, which has been done, nearly about 8,000, about 8 states it has been covered, and it is in Green Corridor, Energy Corridor 2, also it is progressing well, and we are coming with the Green Energy Corridor 3 also. Transmission, as far as we are continuously in touch, we have a transmission division in the department also. We are continuously working with the Ministry of Power and the State Energy Department. By that, it is progressing. Otherwise, so much of that now been done so far. And energy storage is the new normal today. That's what it is coming up in the entire world. And we are also doing so many schemes, so many VGF, and many things have come out. PLI has come out. And that's why overall, when firm and confirm and firm dispatch, when we do it, then people will naturally, it is because it is more important at the initial level, it's an initial remark itself, I said, it is quite affordable comparatively. See, if you want, I'm not telling that we don't need it all through fossil fuel, but if you compare the prices between the fossil fuel and the renewable energy, as on date, if you compare it 10 years back, it was altogether different. It was 12 rupees per unit in 2011 and 12. Today it is 2 rupees 20 paisa. And if you add even energy, storage energy, wind energy, all put together, one is overall environment, emission, keeping the earth safe to the next generation. Along with that, what is the people who are in the commercial transaction, who are in the manufacturing? I'm not talking only about the manufacturing of the modules, ingot, wafer, turbine. Other manufacturing, overall देश में जो manufacturing होता है, उनको भी power जो होता है, economic power चाहिए. In fact, in a very layman term, if I can say, cheap power चाहिए. That cheap power comes out of the renewable energy. Of course, because of grid stability, other things, there are issues, but for that only we are bringing out the hybrid model. What is the hybrid model? Hybrid model is storage, wind, pump storage. These are all the policy matters which have come out. Right. And because of that, today, and already Ministry of CA has envisaged that we need around 65 gigawatt, around 60 gigawatt of the storage power in coming few years. Okay, that also we are planning. Out of that, 13.5 gigawatt hour PLI we are giving for the battery storage. These are all the things which are really doing well, and industry is also quite enthusiastic. Otherwise, see, as far as the fossil fuel is concerned, I was coal minister also, which you know very, very well. Yes. When I was handling coal, people, they used to, and today overall coal production has increased. We need, even today we need fossil fuel also. But more than that, within almost 10 years of Prime Minister Modi government, why it is so much it has grown? The only reason is, as it is, as you know, I have repeatedly, I want to tell you, environment, emission, all those, along with that, there is the cost. So when people like, people who are in industry, people who are in the manufacturing industry, agar unko power isme costly hai to, nobody will invest. Why they are investing? Investment, देखिए, जो पैशनेट है, एनवायरनमेंट के लिए पैशनेट है, जो एनवायरनमेंटिस्ट रहता है, सब चीज़ के लिए इधर उधर तो झगड़ा तो चलता ही रहता है, लेकिन ये पैशनेटली काम करना तो अलग है, लेकिन इंडस्ट्री जो काम करता है along with passion, definitely people who are in the business, they look at their affordability. This is most affordable. That's why it is good in the interest of their overall production cost also.
Sir, there are two questions which I want to ask. One is, which you were referring to. This is for the first time in Prime Minister Modi's arena that we are seeing the power minister and MNRE minister. They are two different ministers. And in last 1 year, we have also seen that a lot of confrontation happened between your two ministries related to transmission. They suddenly, they've taken away the wheeling charges from the, which were waived off from the wind. And most of the wind, players started lobbying.
So what they have taken back?
So wheeling charges, which were waived off earlier. So now they have to pay. So now they have to pay to get out of, basically to evacuate their electricity. Earlier it was waived off. So that made...
No, you are talking of ISTS?
No, sir. I am talking of, yes, ISDS, sir.
No, ISTS, that was a program up to a certain period. I think it was up to 2026. So it is now tapering down. It is not all of a sudden, it is not withdrawn. It was a policy decision which was taken when that regarding transmission, ISTS means interstate transmission, it waived off the jo bhi charge hai, that is waived off. For that, there was a time period. वो time period अभी खत्म हो गया. Now, first year 25% it will be reduced. Second year 25% it will be reduced. That means 50%. Third year it will be 75%. Fourth year it will become 0. Otherwise, as it is, as per the policy it has been done, We have discussed, myself and Manohar Lal, with all senior officers, we discussed, and that is decided. Unilaterally, they have not decided. And as far as transmission is concerned, as far as transmission network is concerned, as I said, Green Energy Corridor, we are investing thousands of crores, and they are implementing it. We are daily coordinating. On weekly basis, we are having meeting, and we have our own division, as far as transmission division, Green Energy Transmission Division we have, and also for trajectory for the overall policy for the 500 gigawatt evacuation, it is already out, it is already in the public domain, and that is being mutually accepted. So in Modi government, it never happens. If at all there are issues, we will sit and talk together. See, in previous days, I have seen as an MP, coal ministry used to say we have coal, and power ministry used to say they don't have coal, and ultimately they used to say ultimately together they used to say railway, there is no transportation facility in the railways. ऐसे हम एक के ऊपर आरोप करने का सवाल ही नहीं, एक हमारा whole of the approach government है, that will always continue, and myself and power minister regularly we are meeting only because that thrust has to be given to the renewable energy. This is what I believe, this is what is my trust, that Prime Minister wanted that इसमें और ज़्यादा growth होना चाहिए, इसके कारण ये मिनिस्ट्री अलग अलग मिनिस्टर को बनाया है, लेकिन सरकार एक है, अप्रोच एक है.
I want to bring in a thing that you have championed, Minister, since you've taken charge, which is the PM Surya Ghar program, and the fact that a lot of domestic consumers have taken to it. Of course, now comes the issues when it comes to metering and others, in terms of net metering, harmonization, some of the big issues that's there, the inconsistencies across states. How are you sorting those programs out? Because there needs to be a more uniform national net metering framework, right, to streamline solar development. This, in the morning when we had a solar session, one of the things, people were saying there'll be millions of houses. They need to network with the grid and then calculate what is it. So how are you all trying to rationalize and harmonize that?
No, majority of the states, now there is no, whatever the permission or license, clearances, all that is waived off in the majority of the state. वो इंस्पेक्शन करने के लिए जाते थे, उसका जो चार्जेस था वो भी वेव ऑफ हो गया. और मेजर स्टेट जो है नेट मीटरिंग पॉलिसी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इशूड बाय द पावर मिनिस्ट्री, इट इज एक्सेप्टेड. So net metering is happening everywhere.
For harmonization of the rates also, you've been able to harmonize it? And
No, it is up to the state government. Harmonization of the net metering cost you are talking.
Right.
That is now, of course, it is a federal structure. State have to decide it. State are deciding it. And अगर वो ठीक नहीं करते तो जनता देख लेंगे, क्योंकि हम we cannot mandate everything. हम ये जाके अगर आप समझिए, अगर if I go and tell Karnataka government आप इतना ही प्राइस में आप नेट मीटरिंग करो, they will not accept because political parties are different. But as far as wherever there are NDA government, by and large, it is quite affordable, quite reasonable. And some of the states, there are complaints, there are even allegations also. So in some of the state, matter is also pending in the court. But we are mainly concerned about the net metering issue. That is happening everywhere. And because of that, PM Surya Ghar is doing very well. I think in last 2 years, not 2 years, 1.5, from June, actually implementation started in last June, that is 2024 June, and now it is nearly about 23 lakh installations have happened.
Let's give him a warm round of applause for 2.3 million installations.
And there are some issues regarding, see, installation is 3 kilowatt where we are giving the central financial assistance. So for 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, where real small consumers, or you can say poor consumers, poor people, when they want to take it, in some of the cases where there is a free power is available, in some state they are not showing interest. But at the same time, I have told many energy ministers who are meeting me regularly, आपका जो free का problem है, DISCOM को पैसा नहीं देते हैं, DISCOMs have become weak. This PM Surya Ghar is the best alternative for that, because once for all, if you invest and give them, we are giving around 78,000 rupees for 3 kilowatt. If they give another 30, 40,000 rupees, it is almost 80%, 75%. There will be overall assistance for, and apart from that, concessional bank finance is available. 25-30 years तक आपको उसके बारे में देखने का भी जरूरत नहीं है. As it is, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट होता रहेगा और आपको डिस्कॉम को जो पैसा देना होता है ना, वो नहीं होगा. दैट इज नंबर वन. Number two, another question recently it is being asked, of course you have not raised, but I am telling because you may next ask it, कि क्या होता है जहाँ छत नहीं है, जहाँ रूफ नहीं है, उधर क्या करेंगे. इसलिए हमने यूटिलिटी लेड मॉडल का एक ऐसे शुरुआत में मेरे पास 2-3 मुख्यमंत्री आए थे. वो उसमें गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री भी थे, आंध्रा के मुख्यमंत्री भी, ओडिशा के मुख्यमंत्री थे, राजस्थान के मुख्यमंत्री थे. ऑल टुगेदर वी हैव नाउ कम आउट विथ ए सोल्यूशन ऑफ द यूटिलिटी लेड मॉडल. यूटिलिटी लेड मॉडल में कंबाइन टुगेदर, इफ आई हैव इन वन लोकेलिटी, इफ आई हैव a better space on my roof, for 3-4 houses together we can connect and give it. By that I think many of them, through this can be done through the DISCOM also, this can be done through the state also, and private DISCOM also. By that I am quite hopeful in another 6 or 7 months it will cross 50 lakhs as far as I estimate. And that will add 30 gigawatt of the power. So that is really a game changer. I am very, very happy about the conceptualization of this scheme by the Honorable Prime Minister, because before I could take over, this scheme was conceptualized, but Prime Minister gave me the target that in coming 2 years, this 1 crore has to be achieved. For that, this utility-led model under the guidance of Prime Minister, we have done it. And individual houses, we have achieved nearly about 23 lakhs. That is also very rapidly it is going, and people are understanding what is the importance of, because they are not only, it is not only free power, they are earning also. See, for example, of course, I have, without taking subsidy, I have installed solar after I took this responsibility of this ministry. So I am earning in my house in my constituency, I am earning now. So this is a
You're direct beneficiary.
I am direct beneficiary. A win-win situation for everybody, for DISCOM, and for the people at large.
Sir, no conversation in present time completes anywhere across the world without reference to Donald Trump and the tariff which he has levied. So one of the tariffs are also on the renewable energy products which many of the Indian players used to export to the US. And they have also stopped the fresh projects. So there is a demand squeeze which we are seeing in the US. How do you see, Government of India helping many of the Indian exporters, who are exporting a lot of components and modules to the North American jurisdictions? What is your thought process? And second question to this is that he is also squeezing money which used to come through Bretton Woods institutions like World Bank and other. So World Bank has also stopped innovating, many of their financial products. So do you see this impacting India's renewable energy story?
No, I don't think on that line, but as far as export is concerned, since ISA International Solar Alliance is doing wonderful job in, and there are member countries, more than 134 countries, and out of that many countries, some financial assistance also given by the ISA, and they themselves, they are trying to adopt the Indian model. And for example, the small island states, all small island states together, I think they are 11 or so, all put together, they are combinedly pooling the whatever needed solar modules, all put together, they are they have decided to pool it and to install the panel there. So many such countries this is happening.
Sir, will they be supplied from India or across the world? Because last conversation which I had with DG ISA, so he is also planning to bring China into as a member of ISA, which will be defeating the purpose.
We want that every UN member should become the ISA member. This is what we expect.
Even China, sir?
No, every member. China is also a member of UN. There is no issue in that. But as far as concerned, whoever wants to become the member, who want to take the membership, it is voluntary. So it is open for that. So we don't have any problem. But as far as our capacity is concerned, there are many other countries where, because they are saying, for example, I will tell you, EU entire commissioner, they have visited. Our capacity is concerned, there are many other countries where, because they are saying, for example, I will tell you, EU entire commissioner, they have visited here. Prime Minister was kind enough to send them to my office, that is Renewable Energy Office. And Prime Minister directed me and guided me to give a presentation to them. The people who saw the presentation, they were really astonished because in last 10 years or so, at that time it was nearly about 250 gigawatt. Today it is 257 gigawatt now, renewable energy. And they were not able to overall imagine what India has done. So repeatedly they were asking, when digital thing happened, they were all asking, it is really happening, it is really happening. So they asked in this, as far as renewable energy is concerned, itna ho gaya hai, it has happened really. Then I said, you can go and visit. They have visited many places. So even when the International Solar Alliance Assembly hua, when people had come from all over the country here, more than 35 ministers they had come. They have visited here the DISCOM of the Delhi. They are really impressed because there is energy storage also, there are solar energies also, renewable wind energies also, everything together, how it is being managed, that has been seen by them. So now people want to follow the Indian model under the leadership of Prime Minister, and there are many scope because of our manufacturing capacity as far as module is concerned, it is 123 gigawatt. But our target up to 2030 is 500 gigawatt, means apart from whatever 247 or 250 gigawatt we are using in India, we should see the market for that also. We should explore the market for that also. There is good market for India because our manufacturing overall, manufacturing cost is very, very, I mean, our cost of the overall module and cell, whatever is going, it has already come 27 gigawatt. All those things, I am quite confident it will be quite competitive in the world and there will be a good market for us.
So you
We
talked
almost,
about prime.
one second. We're almost out of time. So, and the minister has requested because he has to leave early. But I'm just going to ask you a solar question again because the big China word came out. And one of the big issues is that there's a lot of imported upstream components for solar, whether it is cells, wafers, you mentioned ingots and the other kinds of things. These continue to remain high. So what additional policy levers are under consideration by you to accelerate the domestic backward integration on this one?
No, as far as module is concerned, I have already told, and backward integration, now cell is 27 gigawatt, modules, ingot and wafers, that we have announced, and even polysilicon trajectory, I have said in the ministry that trajectory, because we have silica, we have to go for the polysilicon. For that also, I have told them to work out and announce the trajectory. Up to 2028, this wafer and ingots, we are coming out with a central financial assistance scheme, and whatever the target, at least 15 gigawatt of ingot and wafer, that will come out. And already people are working on that. Many big manufacturers, many industries of the country, they have already started working out on that. And integrated supply chain, integrated manufacturing chain, it has started the work. And already we have got 2 gigawatt of ingots now. Now wafers will also come, ingots in a big way they are going to come, because when you, 10 years back, was there module? No. 10 years back, was there cell? There was no. Today it has come. So same thing, it is also going to come, and we are supporting. And only because of the PLI, even today, as far as module and cell is concerned, module, cell, ingots, altogether 48 gigawatt of the total integrated supply chain is in the pipeline.
Final question, Anilesh.
Okay, Sir, Prime Minister at Glasgow event of ISA talked about one sun, one world, one grid. You know, at that time it seems very, very ambitious, but we have already seen India, Sri Lanka connecting. Then we have also seen that Morocco is connecting with Europe. When can actually, you know, this whole world can become a grid? So your ministry is working, I believe, on interconnectors with...
One sun, one grid, one world, that is whatever the Prime Minister has given the call and also target, that is being already with the good secretariat in the International Solar Alliance also, that is we have started it. It is being steady, is going on between Middle East and Europe and Japan. Many such countries, it is going on, and according to me, it is very, very quite well, and steady is going on very well, and we will see whatever Prime Minister has said that has come true, this will also come true.
So is there any timeline?
No. Okay.
Is there a timeline to it?
A timeline, because there are many countries involved. I am not able to tell you the timeline, but we are continuously monitoring that.
One final thing for our people at large, citizens. What is the big message you would like to give them from your side? You are in one of the most important ministries for the future of the country, for the future of our children, the Green Ministry. What is the big message you'd like to give them?
Big message is that there is a very good scope, because power demand, because India wants to become the manufacturing hub. That is what the Prime Minister has given the call, and Prime Minister ambitious goal is to India should become the manufacturing hub. When you want to become the manufacturing hub, then one of the important need is the power, not political power. Political power will be with us for many years. I am
and
quite
BJP
confident.
you're saying.
I am quite confident on that. But electric power is needed. Energy is needed. For that energy, renewable energy is the best alternative, and not only the best alternative, as far as investor is concerned, it will have best returns. Without any fear in the mind, you can invest in this, and you will earn the money also, you will save the earth also. That is my request and message to the entire people, industry, and whoever are sitting.
Let's give the Union Minister, Mr. Prahlad Joshi, a very warm round of applause. Even louder than that. You have spoken passionately about this. You are the great green champion. We wish you all the best, Minister. Thank you very much for coming to this conclave. Thank you.